What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. No, I am not a lifelong smoker. I was at a going away party last night, and the bar was very loud for some reason, like overly loud. And when you go to the bar at 7 and then you go to an after party and you come home at 5 in the morning and you talk the whole time, this is what your voice sounds like. So bear with us. Maybe a JD heavy podcast listening, just because my voice is cracking. So if my voice does drop out, just bear with me and I'll mute myself and cough and then come back in. But the Sharks beat the Anaheim Ducks 4-1 last night. And by beat, I mean beat down. I don't think it was really ever in doubt after the first 5 minutes. So we'll discuss that, discuss the kids. Kids are all right. Can we make that joke? Are we that kitschy podcast? But anyway. Music so I can fix my throat for 20 seconds.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
I'm your host, Kyle Demetrius. Back with me as always is co-host JD, the two-pack-a-day smoker to my meth addict. This is rough. I sound awful. I sound like Lunch Lady Doris. More sloppy Jimbos. Yeah, it's bad.
There's not enough meat in this.
A lot of nutrients in these gym mats. Just grinding them up there. One of my favorite jokes is when they get the meat, it says Churchill Downs and it says grade F meat. And I forget if it's the same one that says may contain circus animals. There's a getter that says may contain circus animals, which is really funny. Speaking of circuses, circi, the Sharks just beat the shit out of the Ducks last night. I don't really think the shots were kind of even at 28-24 for Anaheim. But like, were you ever worried once they got that first goal from noted sniper Marc-Edouard Vlasic?
No, it was, after the first 5 minutes, they definitely, or the first 5-10 minutes, the Sharks, it felt very much like Sharks game of old that we've seen all season, where it's just like, hey, we're not going to show up and James Reimer is going to bail us out. And then all of a sudden it just kind of clicked and they were the better team for the rest of the game. And it was, I know we've been very much on the team tank, but this is a win like this is what we want, right? We want the young guys to play well. We want to, nothing wrong with a Timo Meier hat trick, and they deserved the win last night. Just the way, and it was the perfect recipe for the Sharks of having a bunch of the young guys playing really, really well.
And I think that's the thing here is that we're not opposed to the Sharks winning hockey games in this part of the season. We're opposed to them winning hockey games when you play James Reimer 10 games in a row and rely on all these veteran lineups. Yeah. Last night, there was a line of, what was their third line last night?
This beautiful, beautiful creation of John Leonard, Sasha Chmelevski, Scott Reedy. And they played really well together.
What a line!
We love this line. This is the perfect.
That line absolutely slaps.
So they played really well. They played 5-on-5. They played 7 minutes 55 seconds. They had, Corsi 4. So they had 7 shot attempts. They gave up 8 shot attempts. 2 shots for 3 shots allowed, but they had 2 scoring chances and 1 high danger chance as well, like that. So the Sharks last night, it was really about their quality. Like they didn't take as many shots as the Ducks, but they took really high quality shots against the Ducks.
And with that kid line, like Reedy played 14:03 all situations, Chmelevski played 16:16, and Leonard played 13:41. Like that's great.
Yeah.
Like Jonah Gadjevich played 10:58, Lane Peterson played 10:47, and who was the other person on that line?
VL.
And VL played 9:57.
He got into a fight as per usual.
Well, yeah. I'm okay with like.
Oh no, Gadjevich got into the fight. Sorry, never mind. Not VL.
I think that both of us are out on Pettersson. He's He's just not.
He was good last night.
Well, yes, he was good last night, but like he's gonna go back to a pumpkin. Like he had like 30 games already. But neither of us are super excited about Pettersson. Gadjevich he's a perfectly cromulent fourth line guy. I don't think you need Gadjevich and like Veal in the lineup. And then Veal is what he is. So you don't need to play those guys tons. But that in turn means that you're gonna play that kid third line more. And it was great. You want to see it like 16 minutes for Chmelevski absolutely rules. That's a guy we didn't talk about all year because we just thought the Sharks hated him. So,
and the great thing with Chmelevski too is he played over 3 minutes of shorthanded time. So that's giving him valuable experience on that shorthanded time, making him a more valuable asset to you. And like that's great where the Sharks had to trust somebody else, especially with Couture being out, but like that's great development right there. And Sasha's played really well in the AHL with the Cuda this year. And it's nice to see him rewarded, not only getting valuable time, but also getting this like shorthanded time and showing the coaching staff showing their confidence in him. So
yeah, and that's part of that goes into it too. Just like you said, he played 3 minutes of penalty kill time. You don't need to see Nick Bonino on the penalty kill for trot him out there for a minute and a half of every penalty kill. You just don't need to at this point in the season. You don't need to see that. Yeah. Play Chmelevski and Leonard, see what happens. Play Chmelevski and Hurdle, see what happens. Play Bonino and Reedy, see what happens. That's the kind of good stuff that we want going forward. And I think last night was even
our boy Rudy got almost 2 minutes of shorthanded last time too. Rudy. So, like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to see. We want to see these young guys given a chance to get some new experiences and kind of get some more opportunities. And last night was a great example of seeing, of course the goals all came from, established veterans and Timo and
goals all came from Timo Meier.
Yes. But like, it was nice to see like how these other guys are contributing. And I thought, we'll probably get into him in a little bit, but I thought this was John Leonard's best game in a long, long time, just to see him super active and kind of, very engaged last night. But Kyle.
Yes, sir.
Before we talk about our beloved John Leonard, let's take a break and get a little snack here with some Built Bars. So Built Bars, you guys know by now, they are the best protein bars because each bar is covered in 100% real chocolate. They're low calorie, high protein. They replace your candy bars with these bad boys because guess what? They're not all the just fluff that comes with candy bars. Most Built Bars, 130 calories, 4 grams of sugar, 4 net carbs, 17 grams of protein. Compare that to a candy bar, which has 240 calories, 30 grams of sugar, and dozens of net carbs. And if bars aren't your thing, that's where you need to try the new Puffs. Puffs are the first ever protein-infused marshmallow. They're fluffy, they're marshmallow, not just a protein bar, they're a treat. They're covered in 100% real chocolate, and they come in amazing flavors like yummy cinnamon churro, coconut marshmallow, banana cream pie. They're so good. They're all going to be your favorites. So go to Built.com. Go check out all the amazing flavors. They've got new flavors right now like white chocolate, cookies, and cream. If you're not sure what to get, go get a variety pack. It'll come with a little bit of everything so you can figure out what your new flavor will be. So go to Built.com. Use the promo code LOCK15. Get 15% off your order. Again, use the promo code LOCK15 for 15% off at Built.com.
Bars.
I
got bars.
You gotta spit some bars for me right now.
I'm not gonna start rapping. Also, the first thing that came to my head was Ether by or not Ether. What's the Tupac one? Hit 'em up.
Oh, there.
So, I'm not gonna start just making you believe everything. John Leonard.
Yeah,
baby. The truthers never left.
We've been here the whole time. We never sold our Leonard Island stock.
Oh no, we basically own the old island now because everybody else sold it to us. So nobody's allowed. You have to pay penance to us.
I wonder if like this was definitely his best game, and I wonder if he's one of those guys where like some guys just kind of come in and make a splash. Like we saw it with Habawaks, where his first game he made like a big splash, or even like Weatherby he came in and make a big splash and then kind of like trail off from there. I wonder if Leonard's one of those guys who kind of has to like build his confidence up, and he's kind of like dip his toe in the pool.
What was that? Yeah, what were you going for there?
Yeah, dip his toe in the pool type of guy, and then kind of warm up to it. Like we saw it, like when he started with the Barracuda, he definitely didn't have a great start to the season, but then he started playing with more confidence, and that's why he got called up. And I think with him, he just might be one of those guys where it might take a couple games for him to kind of get back into the swing of it or get into the swing of the NHL, and then before he gets going. And it's just different. Everybody's a little bit different, but I want last night was definitely his best game. He had he had a great chance on a breakaway. He was shooting the puck. He was really aggressive, and you could tell, and just his patience too with the puck when in the defensive zone where he's not panicking and he's making the right play to start the transition. So I thought it was his best game. And I want to see this Sasha Leonard Reedy line, even though I don't think we're going to see it for much longer, because it sounds like Couture will be back, and we might be getting Kevin LeBanc back here soon too. So R.I.P.
Well, they could just scratch Beal, Gatrich, and Pettersson.
They could, but
they won't. No, there's also Leonard too. There could be something to be said about knowing he's going to get some run here and get some games and not come in and out of the lineup real quick. He just may not be a guy that plays well with. You have to come in for one game. Like you said, he might be a slow starter. It takes him a second to get in there, but just might not be a guy who's good at that in and out of the lineup stuff. And he just needs some solid run to really get his groove, because I think too, when you look at the Kuda season, he wasn't very good at the beginning. And then really turned it on. So I'm excited. I'm excited for John Leonard to. I really, really hope they keep the Leonard, Chmelevski, Reedy line going. There's some good stuff. That's
a fun line, because there's a little bit of everything on there. And Sasha, just the improvements in Sasha's game too, where it's his skating has gotten way better. And
the dude couldn't skate.
Yeah, and he can actually skate now, and that's part of developing and stuff. And and I'm really, and I know he kind of bounced around playing center and wing and stuff, and I think that line is a really nice line, especially with Reedy. You can play center as well, so you can you have that nice overlap there too, where when it comes to the defensive responsibilities, if somebody's out of position, then between Sasha and Reedy, both those guys know how to play center, and Leonard can kind of be the sniper on that wing, and Reedy can kind of he almost had a dirty goal last night too. And yeah, also Reedy with his first assist, good for him too. Yes,
he just scores goals.
Yes,
that's all he does.
Is Reedy the handsome-looking Nick Bonino? He only scores goals.
He's gonna pass him soon. Nick Bonino's only got 7 on the season, so imagine Reedy passes Bonino goals. I think the big child prize last night though, Ryan Merkley. He was balling out of control. Oh. It was. That's what we want to see.
I'm still thinking about that nutmeg, dude. Max Comtois, he can go pick up his jockstrap after the game. It was just, and that not only that, but just the feed to Vlasic. And I think I know we love the chaos of the Carlson Merkley, which isn't going to happen.
What better way for Merkley to learn from the defense when he's supposed to be modeling his game after than just putting them together?
Yeah. But there might be something there with the Vlasic Merkley. Vlasic played really well last night, and I think it's having that very complementary, where Vlasic, he's not the same player he used to be, but he's still going to be know where to be and what to do. And he just may not be able to do it as well. But then having Ryan Merkley, who can kind of counter the Vlasic, who's just not good at starting transitions and stuff like that. Having those two guys together,
just not good. Just not good.
Just not good. But Vlasic played really well last night, and that was the bet by the analytics. That was the best defensive pair of all of them last night, was the Vlasic Merkley. So when Vlasic and Merkley were on the ice, when Merkley was on the ice, the Sharks had 5 high danger chances compared to 0, and 7 scoring chances compared to 0. So just absolute chaos, beautiful chaos from Ryan Merkley last night.
It was so good, and those are the kind of games. He only played 16 minutes again. I wish we could bump that up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I guess it was Jacob Magna paired with Burns again.
Yep.
So Magna played. So Burns obviously played 25-28. Carlson played 22-30. And then from there you've got Magna played 19-41 for some reason. Milosh played 16.
Because it's shorthanded. He's going to be playing all the shorthanded minutes too.
Yeah. Vlasic 18-23, Merkley 16-28, and then
Milosh, who did not look great last night. Because they have Milosh and Carlson, who are both righties, and they're making Carlson play on his offhand. And it just, like that pairing doesn't feel super great right now. I know they don't really have much that they can do right now since they don't have any other left-handed defenseman after trading away Middleton.
Right?
Huh? And Šimik is hurt, so he maybe when he gets back, he can slide in there and put Carlson back on his right side. But that was the turnover was basically because Carlson was trying to make a pass and that wasn't really there, and he's on his backhand, and then and then that led to the goal, the goal by the Ducks. But
Gerald Mayhew is a tough handle. It's not a great name. No. Poor guy.
That's a very NHL,
creative player.
Name. Yeah, that's 10 seasons
in. You don't see too many Geralds anymore.
No, good.
Not a lot of Jerrys or Geralds. What happened to Jerry? I feel like that was a classic old man name.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just Jerry. Jerry who owns the gas station.
Yeah.
Old man Jerry. Yeah.
Old man Jerry.
Right?
Yes.
I'm not wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
Should we end this? It's going to be a shorter episode today, guys, because I can't speak. But
yes,
I feel like we have to praise. We have to go to the church, go into the confessional booth, and confess our sins for what we did with Timo Meier.
I've come to the conclusion that Evander Kane, I know this is Evander Kane podcast. Evander Kane was holding Timo Meier back, and you can't convince me wrong. But anyway, Timo Meier just absolutely on another level this year. He hit the 30 goal mark. He's now the second player with Logan Couture to have 30 plus goal seasons before he hits his age 26 year season. He joins Patrick Marleau, Pavelski, Owen Nolan, some of the all-time great Sharks in 30 goal seasons. Dude is a freaking monster right now, and what he's doing, it's great. Timo Meier.
So 30. I wish I could see more. There's been a lot of 30 goal seasons. This is not as easy of a search as I thought it was going to be. List. God damn it! I just wanted 30 goal seasons. Well, anyway. Do you think he can hit 40?
He's gonna need an absolute monster tear. Because
there's only been 4. Well, there's been a 56 goal season, obviously. Then Nolan and Marleau both had 44s, and Pavelski had 41.
Yeah.
So if he can bust into the top 10 here. If he hits 37, he'll be in the top 10. He's at 30 with 18 games left.
Yeah. So he definitely has to go on a bit of a run here, but it's the Sharks play some kind of mad teams that end the season. So they play the Ducks again. I know for sure. And Timo Meier does own all of Southern California hockey. So they play, let's see. So they play Arizona. They, maybe be able to get some there. They play Colorado, Dallas, Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, Chicago. Yeah, Columbus. Yeah. He's got to average basically a goal every 2 games here. But I think he could do it. So that'd be pretty sweet. You were just a year ahead. You were a year ahead on your Timo proclamation. So
what did I say last year again?
Yeah, he was gonna have 64 points in 56 games. So
yes, that's what it was. I am very smart and wise in my analysis.
Just
any as a head by century. Any parting thoughts before we go?
Yeah, James Reimer again, just doing James Reimer things. Trevor Zegras could have had a hat trick in the first 5 minutes of this game if it wasn't for James Reimer, who just absolutely stood on his head. Deserved the shutout last night, but got hung at the dry on the Erik Karlsson pass. But yeah, he definitely saved the Sharks bacon in the first 10 minutes, and I think they came through and made it the rest of the night pretty easy for him. So it seems like they're going to kind of go back and forth between Reimer and Kakkonen. I think Kakkonen's getting the start on Wednesday against Arizona, and then they'll probably go back to Reimer on Thursday against the Avs.
I like it. No need to run Reimer into the ground.
I would just keep just keep flip-flopping those two guys right now. So especially like I talked about it on Friday's episode, I thought Kakinen looked really good despite his, he gave up 4 goals, but like none of those where I was like, oh yeah, that was his fault type of thing. So I'd like to see Kakinen. I want to keep seeing more big Kakinen. So who among us doesn't want to see more big Kak?
Big Kakinen sounds kind of like Bukkake.
Yeah.
Can we say that on the podcast? Do you have to bleep that?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I'm going to make an executive decision as vice president of the show.
Yes.
Junior vice president. Check and guess what my salary is. $80,000 a year. Yeah, no need to run with the gun. I don't know. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, Kyle's running on fumes. So
oh god,
I'll take over from here.
I can do it. Let me do my job. You do so much for the podcast. Let me do the few things I do. If you would like to follow us on the internet, you can do that at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Locked On Sharks. YouTube, we actually pumped out a whole bunch of new followers on YouTube. I think we're almost at 650.
Yeah.
Like which is cool. So Locked On Sharks, if you want to watch us, email lockedonsharks@gmail.com. I think we got one, but I forget. I'll have to look at a different time. Spotify, Amazon, Apple, if you want to listen to us. Obviously, you're listening to us now. Don't know how else you found us if you didn't go through some streaming service of some sort. JD is at My Fry Hole.
Kyle is at Kyle Demetrius. We'll be back. We got a couple of fun things planned for this week. So I think tomorrow we're going to look at potential guys who could be signing their ELCs here soon, including if maybe one Tomas Bordeleau.
It's not Tomas. It's Thomas. He's a regular North American.
Thomas Bordeleau. I'm trying to add the French Canadian accent to it or something, but
Thomas
Bordeleau, shout out, and some of the other guys who might be signing their ELCs here soon. And then on Wednesday we have a draft profile lined up for you guys. So I know
on a fun one too.
Yeah, how much you guys enjoyed those. So yeah, we probably won't be doing too many more previews for the rest of the season because the Sharks have played everybody and previews are kind of boring. So we're going to try to mix in some more fun stuff here. So, and then
we run out of content and then do a preview because we couldn't think of anything else.
Yeah, because we were just like,
whenever you hear preview, it's because we couldn't think of anything else. So we just did a preview.
Yes. So yeah. Also go check out any of the other shows such as Locked On Fantasy Hockey. Go check out the Locked On NHL Nows if you want to get a nice little preview or review of what happened the night before in the NHL. Kind of nice little 10 minutes around the NHL. Or go check out any other amazing shows on the NHL network, such as
Locked On Celtics.
Bye, friends.
Awesome.